How's it going? Welcome back. Thanks for coming. Whoa, it is hot outside. Have you been out there? Look at the temperature. Scorching. It's so hot. I really haven't been able to do much of anything this week. I had plans to shoot some stuff outside and then get my stuff together. I'd go out there and I'd be like, no, not gonna do it. Just, it's dangerous. So that's why I didn't make another video, partly also mostly because I didn't feel like it, but I didn't feel like it because it's so hot. What else is going on? Oh, there is lots of animal activity going on, and if you follow me on Instagram and you watch my stories, you've probably seen that I have this peach tree and it had hundreds of peaches on it. And yeah, that song, Millions of Peaches. Yeah, like that. But it seemed like millions of peaches on this tree. And then little by little, the squirrels. I just have a squirrel problem. It's like an infestation. They've come in and they've started just pulling all the peaches down, and they just nibble on one and then just drop it on the floor. It's so frustrating. Nothing works. Like none of the sprays work. You can wrap the tree, but they just go through it. It doesn't matter. I really honestly think the only thing that you can do to prevent squirrels is shooting them. And I don't think I can do it. You know, it's not like I have any guns. I do have like a pellet gun, but I'm not going to shoot one. I mean, one time I tried and I looked at it and I was like, look at this. Like, how can you shoot this? It's just kind of cute. And I don't know, is it worth the peaches? I don't know how people did it in the olden days. Imagine you had to survive off of the land. I guess you had nothing better going on. You didn't have the internet. So maybe you just sat out there all day and you just chased off the squirrels. It's just really frustrating. Could do an electric fence. I've looked into it. It's not really going to work. It just wouldn't work. There's too many access points. I mean, and what, I'm going to spend like thousands of dollars to get a couple peaches. It's weird though, because one year I did get a ton of peaches on one of my other peach trees, which has since died. But I don't know why that happened. Maybe it was because I wasn't paying attention. I have no idea. But that's that. Oh, well, welcome back. If you don't know what this is, it's the Hotline show. It's the 17th one. Today is June 23rd, 2024. Now, if you're new here, people call the number. It's in the description. They ask me a question. They say what's on their mind. You know, usually it's about photography, but sometimes it's about other things like power tools. I can talk about anything, really. I mean, I know just as much as anyone else on YouTube. Trust me, I've been watching a lot of YouTube. These people don't know shit. So ask away, call that number. We have 4 calls today, so it's not gonna be, I'm looking at the timeline now. Looks like 3 hours and 52 minutes. So let's get into it. Let's go, first caller.
Hi, Noah. It's Susanna again. I had a question, and I'm sorry if you answered this already and I somehow missed it. But not long ago, either in a video or on some social media platform, you said something to the effect of your first photo is usually your best photo. And I am not like a photographer, but I take some pictures and I have found that that is correct. The first photo is usually the best. And I guess I'm interested in it broadly as a question because I'm really a writer and a creative person, so I'm always trying to like understand the creative process. And is the reason the first photo is usually the best because your critical mind hasn't kicked in and started to sort of edit, or is it when you're kind of the most free and spontaneous, or maybe you think you're communing with the muse? I don't know. I could probably Google this question and get some answers from AI. But I thought getting an answer from a human might be more helpful and insightful. Anyway, thanks. Bye.
Susanna, thank you for the call again. I appreciate it. It's nice to hear from you. Before we answer your question, you reminded me because you, Susanna, I know you ordered a copy of my zine, the Protect the Network zine, and so did a bunch of other people. We sold out of that. 100 copies in less than 3 hours is amazing. A few of the watchers used the coupon code YouTube to get that discount. So that was kind of awesome to sense the YouTube community paying attention and using it. Susanna, I don't know if you used that coupon. Hope you did. But yeah, that was great. So thank you. If you're watching and you ordered one, I am shipping them out sometime early next week. I'll probably be working on putting it together this weekend, so everyone will get it pretty soon. And if you order postcards, those already went out. And if you want to order postcards, check the shop link in the description. Got a couple more packs left. Those are awesome. And you can still use that coupon code YouTube. There will be more zines. I probably, we made it an edition. And we should talk about editions on this show. I know Will, who has a call coming up, I know he's talked about editions. But we'll get into that. But we're going to make a new version of the zine, different photos, but maybe the same text. I don't know. But there'll be another one soon. Maybe we'll make it 200. I don't know. Maybe it's better. It's just 100. Also, that's a lot of work to like pack. I do it all myself. So it's like hours. I think when you add it all up, I make like $3.50 an hour doing this. Anyway, not your problem. It's my problem. Susanna, your call about the first photo being the best photo. And yeah, I did probably say that on like Threads or something. It's kind of a joke, but it's also serious. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like beginner's luck, right? You play a game with someone they've never played before and they beat you. You just sort of don't know what you're doing, so you do it amazing. Sort of similar thing happens when you're taking photos. But also, even when I'm taking photos seriously, if I find a composition, I shoot it, and then I take that picture, and then I look at it, and I'm like, yeah, that's good. And then I do more, like sort of, you try to dial it in. And I think you said, you start getting too much into it, and you just start ruining it. So I've said this about instincts, too. It's like trust your instinct and that first thought, I feel. And obviously, it depends, and sometimes you can work on it a bit and you finesse it and you make things better. But more often than not, that first shot or that first idea, I think, is like the winning idea. Sort of what I do with my newsletter. Once I get it in my head, I put it out, it's like good, it's done. I'm not like doing too much. Every now and then, especially if an editor provides a little help, like maybe try this, I'll do it. But it's that first idea. And I've had people, they really fuck me up. And, you ask, if you ask for advice or you want help doing something, no, they're going to fuck it up. When I used to have assistants, I had a couple different assistants, and the ones who like tried to offer too much advice, it was never good. I don't talk to those people anymore. The ones who just shut the fuck up, those are the good guys. Still friends with them. So anyway, I think that's it. See what AI says about it. Something, ChatGPT is so good. I just discovered today, because you can upload photos to it now, it can identify birds. Upload a bird photo to ChatGPT. It'll tell, not only will it say the correct bird, and I know they were correct, but then it gives you a little color too, little info about the bird. It's amazing. I mean, not all AI is bad. There is shitty AI. And I wanted to do a video about that fucking meta tag, the made with AI tag. And I think I'll do it because I have a feeling it's sort of like, it's a hot topic and it's controversial. But that tag is fucked up and we shouldn't be using it. I'll try to put something together for that. There is bad AI and there's good AI. But like saying all AI is bad is stupid. It is. Thanks for the call, Susanna. Next caller.
Hello, Noah. It's Peter from Germany again. I'm back with another question or two. Okay, so I have a copy of the German version of Cabin Porn. It's called Hütten. I was wondering, with so many editions and pins, does that mean the photographer continues to profit from the project? I hope so, because it's beautiful and inspiring. Speaking of inspiring, on YouTube, I was recommended a song by a lady pop star, and she named her song after you. It was called Noah Kalina. It's quite catchy. Did you know that? My question is, have you inspired any other art? Okay, happy summer. Thank you.
Peter from Germany again. Thank you. As always, I appreciate you calling. And just amazing questions every time. First question, cabin porn. And the German version, Hütten, means hut, right? So this is the one that I know of, the one edition that I know of that they really sort of changed the name. They still use this photo of mine, obviously, on the cover here. But like, check this out. Like, this is the Japanese version, I think. I'm pretty sure this is Japanese, maybe it's Chinese, but I have the Chinese version inside. I think this is Japanese. Anyway, see how this is more in line with the American version, the US version. But yeah, there's a lot of editions worldwide, and I think it sold like 400,000 worldwide, or five, maybe, I don't know. I can't get the numbers. It's not like totally my book. I was just a collaborator on the book, did the feature chapters, but I'm not the one with the direct line to all the inside information. Now, regarding the royalties on it, I still do get royalties for, when it sells, but I think the way it works with international editions is they sell the rights for these publishers in different countries to then distribute the book in their country. So I just get a little bit, I have a fraction of a % of a royalty. So like, I don't really get that much, but when it sells to another distributor or publisher or whatever, we just get a payment for that, and then I get a royalty from that. But then when it continues to sell there, I don't think there are royalties. Not 100% certain on that, but I think that's how it works. When it comes to US copies, I still get a check twice a year, but it's really not that much anymore. I mean, it's cool. It's 10 years. Actually, it's the 10-year anniversary of when I shot the book. Next year, 2025, will be 10 years from when the book came out. But literally 10 years ago today, I was somewhere. Maybe I'll look it up and see where I was in June, and I'll put it right here when I find it when I'm editing.
That footage is great.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, that's that book. I mean, it's cool, and it's cool that I get royalties still, but, it's not that much. Regarding the song Noah Kalina, I believe what you're referring to is a song by Mars Argo, and she wrote a song called Noah Kalina, and yeah, I guess it's on YouTube. I think it's just a snippet. It's only 30 seconds long or something. Not really going to get into the whole backstory of who she is. I mean, she was a friend of mine. We met years ago on Tumblr, and we've since lost touch, but I didn't even know she wrote that song, and then people started asking me about it. They find it, and there's like lots of sort of stories and videos about Mars Argo and the whole story behind her and the videos she used to make with Titanic Sinclair. You could Google this or just search for it on YouTube. It's fascinating stuff, but I'm not going to get into it. Have I inspired any other art? Maybe, yeah. Sometimes people will take some of my photos, they'll ask, and then they'll paint them. Or, some people have like drawn me. There's actually maybe I'll find it when I'm editing and I'll put up some guy. It's an early YouTube video, a guy who just like pencil drew my face. It's really amazing talent. But yeah, I mean, it happens. It's very nice. It's very flattering. Unless it's not flattering when it's weird. And that happens sometimes too. But, what are you going to do? Nothing. Even if it's bad, it's good. It's fine. Whatever. Peter, thank you for the call. Next caller.
Hey, Noah, it's Will. In your last Hotline show, I noticed when you were asked about your electric-powered weed eater and lawn tools, which I also just recently adopted as well, because all my lawn tools got destroyed. So I joined the Ego family recently as well. But I noticed you lit up when you were asked this question about this in a way you don't light up when asked questions about photography. And I'm curious. Photography is kind of boring now as far as the digital, social media, online world goes. And so I find that to be understandable that it's not super exciting. But what kind of photography lights you up as much as electric lawn tools? Thanks. Still enjoying the show. Keep it up.
Will, thanks for the call again. Appreciate it. I hope you're doing well down there. I know you got hit hard by a storm, so I hope you're all cleaned up. Welcome to the Ego family, Power Tool family. One time they sent me actually a bunch of complimentary stuff, and they wanted me to do a post or something, and I never did. I still sort of feel bad about that, but they weren't paying me. They just sent me stuff. Sometimes people send me stuff. I don't like to feel obligated to just do stuff for gear, imagine I went to my bank who has my mortgage, and I'm like, instead of me paying the mortgage, how about I do some photos for you? They'd be like, yeah, right. What was I talking about again? What excites me about photography photography is boring. Yes, kind of, sort of. I don't look at a lot of photography anymore. Every now and then I come across some stuff that's, I think, really cool. I'm not going to name names. I hate doing that. Obviously, I'll find it on Instagram or something. I still love photography. And sometimes I love my photography, especially. Sometimes that's what excites me. If I go out and make a picture that I fucking love, that's what really gets me. And it's kind of one of those things where I feel like for some artists, and I think it's, you sort of stop paying attention to what people do in your field because you just don't want it to influence you too much. And I'm sort of like that. Like, I'm not like the biggest photo fan in the world. I'm certainly aware of a lot of photographers, and especially early on, like, just would eat it up. But these days, it's like, I don't know. I just am focused on my shit and less on like other people's photo. That, not to say that I don't watch or consume other types of media that inspires me, but photography is probably like the last one I look at for inspiration. And it's not because I don't love it. It's because I just don't want it to influence me and get in my head and then feel like maybe I'm going to be copying it or something like that. So that's part of the reason. Also, in some ways, like, maybe we've seen it all already with photography. Maybe is it dying as an art form? I don't think so. But I think for a lot of people, it's almost like, in terms of like the visual art that exists on the internet or on your phone, it's like photography is like the equivalent of like people who like to read books or something. So many people would rather just consume a video, but like to look and engage with and appreciate a photograph, especially on your phone, it's like almost like the smart people or the old people. really the best way to consume photography is, on paper, in real life, regardless of, it's nice when you see a print. And I think it's why it's probably important to go see art in person. Even when it's bad, it's good. Because at least you see what other people are doing. You see the way they present it and the materials. Sometimes you can touch it. So it's like an in real life experience. I think the physical aspect of photography is going to come back pretty hard. Obviously, we're seeing it with film, but these are just people who are just doing it aesthetically, just shooting film to scan it, to put it online. Who gives a fuck? But the people who are like craftspeople about photography, really like, if they're going to shoot film and then they go in the lab and then they produce these prints, that's amazing. It's great stuff. It's art. So, yeah, but that said, online, and obviously what you see online is not my entire personality. It's only part of it. So I can get excited about it. But mostly, I think on the internet, it's so consumer driven. I mean, obviously, I think, as you know, I used to have a podcast about consuming all sorts of direct to consumer products. I do like that stuff. I like new things and just something to try, new thing. Everyone likes that. Everyone wants shit new all the time. It's probably why photography is so hard. You've got to constantly produce, and it's such a hard medium to engage with online, and especially because we're not even going to get into it that much. But it's a great question, and enjoy those ego tools. They're amazing for the first couple of years, and the batteries will start to get a little shitty. And then you'll be like, fuck, do I have to spend $300 on a new battery? What? Will, see you online. Last call.
Hey, Noah, this is Max. I just saw your Y2 Kalina video on Instagram. I just had a really big question. So do you plan out, like, through writing or scripts, how you're going to do the entire skit? Or do you sort of do it from, I got this mini DV rendered and digitized. What are my options from here? So from start, when you were trying to render those videos, did you have it all planned out that you were going to do this bit where you're filming somebody and who's telling you the future, or did you have it, you just go from point to point to point to point and maximize the opportunities that you now see? So hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying cool. And giant fan as always. Thanks.
Max, thanks for the call. Great question. Hold on one second. Sorry, phone's ringing. It's been a while, right? Hold on. Hello?
Noah. It's future Noah. I'm editing this video right now. I didn't write anything for this part. Did you?
Yeah, no, I have no idea what I'm about to say.
So what am I supposed to say? I don't have any good ideas right now. It's too hot.
No, I don't know. I just saying words right now, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to say something back to me that can turn this into something.
Wait, I have an idea. Pick up that pen, that Sharpie in front of you. Just look at it.
I don't know. Was that okay?
Yeah, that was good enough. But like most of these, it's not really working.
Yeah, this isn't working at all, right?
No, okay, but I gotta get back to this edit. You went super long on this. It's like a half hour. I don't even really want to cut all that much more out. It's like 3 hours before. But nobody's watching right now anyway. I'm looking at the numbers. I went into the future. I saw people stopped watching about 30 seconds in. But whatever, I gotta go.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, talk to you later.
Sorry about that. That was me just editing So to answer your question, Max, no, I don't plan it. But sometimes I do with Y2 Kalina video. And that was a YouTube video that we put out a while ago, but I just cut it up for Instagram because I was thinking about that gag with Scott. And I felt like more people needed to see it because unfortunately not a lot did watch the original. And sometimes I bury the good stuff in a video, and I look at the stats and it's like average view time is like 22 seconds. So they miss it because all the good stuff happens at like 8 minutes. But yeah, with that, Scott stayed for a few days, and we wrote that sketch together. But an idea will pop in my head and just sort of run with it. With those tapes, I didn't know what I was really going to do initially. I mean, I really just wanted to digitize the tapes. I didn't know what I would make with it. And I'm sitting on a lot of it, and I feel like I'll potentially play some of that stuff here. I was thinking the footage of my photo class in high school was pretty interesting. I didn't shoot it. I gave it to a friend. But I have no idea how to get in touch with him. And that's one of the things is just got to connect with old people. And, it's just like, I don't really want to do it. And we've waited 20 years, so might as well wait another 20 years before we get to it. Maybe. That's not really the question. The question was, do I sketch it out? And as you saw with that call, it's just, sometimes I just will do that. And then I have to write it later and play back what I'm saying and try to come up with something. It's terrible. I did write up a script. I wanted to do a review video of my Phase 1 camera. So I wrote a script for that, which obviously, actually, I'm not going to spoil it. So anyway, you get the point, right? Sort of, I guess. I hope so. I appreciate the call. That's it. That's the Hotline show. Always great to hear from everyone. Please, if you want to call, you can do it. Just call that number or record a voice memo. Email it to me. That works. Video calls, too. You can record yourself. Highly unlikely anyone will do that. But that's how it works. That's it. Do the stuff. Like, subscribe. We'll see you soon. Hopefully more, but definitely Sundays for the Hotline show. Thank you. We'll see you soon.